Yes, sir.
So, a very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you are all fine at your places. Now, there is your second lecture related to the industrial drives, and now we were discussed the continuation part of the first lecture that we were discussed about. What do you mean by the industrial drives? What are the various components that we can use in case of industrial drives? What are the advantages of the industrial drive, and which type of power supply we can use in case of industrial drives? Now today we are discussed about what are the various components that we can use in case of industrial drives, and in that case you can see that what are the various types of industrial drives and what are the various types of loads that we can use in case of industrial drive. So now I am start sharing my screen, and in the meantime all the students, there is a link on Google form on the chat box related to your attendance. So I request all the students to be present there. Please mark your attendance on the uh, Google form. The link for the Google form
सर
will be
वो
shared on the, yeah.
सर लिंक सर
सर वो
लिंक
ओपन नहीं हो रहा।
करप्टेड
Okay,
लिंक है
okay,
सर।
okay. I will see. I will see. Just a wait. I will see what the problem. Wait. So I request all the participants to be present there. Please turn off your videos as well as your mic so that we can start the class. I again tell you one thing, that the attendance, for your attendance, one Google form link will be provided on the chat box. So you all are directed to mark your attendance on the chat box Google form link. No other mode of attendance will be considered. Okay. Now, as we know, today is your lecture number 2 related to the introduction to the electrical drives. And as I had already tell you that in previous lecture, we have discussed about what do you mean by the industrial drive, what are the advantages of the industrial drive, and why we can use AC supply in case of an industrial drive, and what are the various outcomes of your AC industrial drive. Now, today we are discussed about the parts of electrical drive. First of all, we are discussed about the parts of electrical drive. So, as you all know, in the last lecture, I will discuss with you all students that in case of an industrial drive, there are three main components to be present there. The number one will be you have a service required, or you can say that the prime mover, which will start to rotate. Another will be the transmitting device, and the third will be the load. So, when a prime mover or a source is tends to start rotating by the means of any, you can say that any of the energy, like we have mechanical energy, we have electrical energy. So once it will start rotating, what will happen? It will be coupled with the transmitting device, and ultimately this transmitting device is coupled with the load. So what will happen when the prime mover starts rotating? The transmitting devices also start rotating, and hence the load which is connected with the prime mover is also start rotating. So you can say that in case of an electrical drive, there are basically the three main components. Number one will be the prime mover, number two will be the transmitting device, and number three will be the load. So here it can be mentioned here that an electrical drive has three important parts, namely as load, number two will be motor, and number three will be called as the control unit. I had also discussed in my previous lecture that in case of any electrical drive, we are using a motor, and generally that motor will be AC motor. So whatever the supply will be AC, in some time, in some applications, you are required DC. So you have to convert your AC supply into DC supply. And when you convert this AC supply into DC supply, you are required basically rectifier you can require. So that rectifier is basically called as your control circuit. In some cases, you are require AC. You are having AC supply, but for the running of this industrial drive, you are also require AC supply, but with a very high or low frequency. So you have to change the frequency level from input to the output. So in that case, in that case also, you are using the control unit. So that is why in case of an electrical drive, we are using the control unit, that depending upon the availability, that depending upon the application part. Now here, the number one will be called as the load. The load which connects with the shaft of the electrical motor is called as mechanical load. The load is connected with the motor shaft either through direct, through belt, through gear, and through chain. In next slide, you can see that how the load will be connected with the motor by the means of any of these application, like we can use direct coupling, we are using belt coupling, we are using chain coupling, or we can use the gear coupling. Next component will be called as the motor. The motor may be selected as per the load requirement. Motor commonly used in electric drives are DC motor, synchronous motor, brushless motor, and many more. So depending upon the availability, depending upon the service requirement, we are selected the motor for an industrial drive. In some cases, we are using DC motor. In another applications, we can use AC motors, we can use induction motors, we can use synchronous motors. So depending upon the service requirement or depending upon the availability of the supply, we are using the motor. And if you notice or if you recall, from fourth semester to seventh semester, you all discuss the various types of motors. So we in an electrical, we have n number of motors to be available. For example, we have DC series motor, shunt motor, compound motor, and also we have various types of motor are also present there, like we have induction motor, we have brushless motors, we have universal motors. So all these motors has a particular you can say that requirement they can use for a particular service requirement. So whatever the service requirement you required in case of industrial drive, you can use that depending upon the motor. Number three will be the control unit that I had already discussed with you, that in various industrial drive, you are required certain controlling operations will be done. So for that controlling operations will be done, you are required a control unit. So in modern electric drives, automatic operations are performed, like you have to perform the starting of the motor, stopping of the motor, braking should be applied, speed control of the motor. So all these processes are under, you can say that, the control unit. But nowadays, you all know we are using automatic systems. Now we have in electrical PLCs to be there. We have SCADA systems to be there that are automatically controlled your industrial drive, that are automatically controlled the speed control of the motor, the starting of the motor, the braking of the motor. So all these processes will be done automatically with the help of a PLC, or you can say that the SCADA. So basically, there are these three types of parts that we can use in case of electric drive. Number one will be the load, number two will be the motor, and number three will be the control unit. I hope you can understand that what are the various types of electric drive. Now coming to the part, as I had already tell you that in case of an electric drive, what will happen? A motor that is called as the prime mover is connected with the load. So how a motor is connected with the load? By the means of various you can say that devices. So based upon that thing, we have classified the various drive systems. So first will be called as the direct drive. Now you can see in this diagram what will happen. One motor that will be rotating in a particular direction, either in a clockwise direction or either in an anti-clockwise direction, is coupled with the help of this smart coupling, or called as the flexible coupling, with the load. It is called as a simple direct drive. Now, what will happen when the motor will start rotating in a particular direction? Like if it will start rotating in a clockwise direction, the coupling is also start rotating in the same direction, and hence the load is also start rotating in the same direction. So this type of coupling, or you can say that this type of drive system is very simple drive system, and in that system, motor is directly connected with the machine with the help of solid or a flexible coupling. The flexible coupling protects the motor from the jerks, because in some cases what will happen, depending upon the input voltage level, there is a variation in the speed control of the motor. So if you have a speed control, if you have there is a change in the speed in the motor, with the help of this coupling, it will protect the motor from the jerks. It is more efficient and required less space, and it is the simplest method of all. So here you have a service requirement in a particular service or in a particular position. When you have a very less space, in that case, you can use this direct drive system. It can be used where driven or a driving machine have the same speed. So again, you can say that one of the most important point that you should kept in mind while you can use this direct drive system is that thing. This type of drive system can be used in where the driven and the driving machine having a same speed. I think you can understand this point. So next drive system is basically called as belt drive system. Now you can see in case of belt drive system, what will happen? In that case of a drive system, you can see your prime mover or a motor is connected to the load with the help of some belt mechanism to be there. Now, what is a belt mechanism? Belt mechanism is there. In case of first, that is a called as a direct drive. There is no belt system should be there, but here you can use a belt system to be there. For example, I can give you the example like you can say that all the students or all the participants to be present there, they are all driving your two wheelers, especially in case of your scooties. Nowadays we can use a scooty. Now in that case of scooty, we are basically using the belt drive system. Now what will happen? The energy that is generated inside the cylinder is transferred to the wheel by the means of a belt system to be there. So what will happen? Your engine will rotating in a particular direction, generates some amount of energy in rotating energy. So that amount of rotating energy is transferred to the wheels of the scooty by the means of belt. Now what will happen? जब आपका इंजन में जो रोटेशन आती है, अगर वो क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन है और उस इंजन की रोटेशन को आपने व्हील्स की रोटेशन पे ट्रांसफर करना है, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इसमें एक बेल्ट यूज करते हैं. सो जब आपका इंजन रोटेट करता है, आपकी बेल्ट रोटेट करती है और अल्टीमेटली आपका व्हील जो है वो रोटेट करता है. सो व्हाट विल हैपन हियर? आपका जो इंजन है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द प्राइम मूवर और अ सोर्स. Belt is basically called as the transmitting device, and your wheels are basically called as the load. So this type of you can say that the drive system is known as belt drive system. Now only you can say that disadvantages of this system is that thing, if your belt get rotted off or if your belt get damaged. अगर आपकी बेल्ट इसमें डैमेज हो जाती है तो होगा क्या? इंजन आपकी पावर को जनरेट करेगा, बट वो पावर आपके व्हील्स तक ट्रांसमिट नहीं होगी, बिकॉज आपका जो ट्रांसमिटिंग डिवाइस है इन बिटवीन द इंजन एंड द व्हील, उसके बीच में आपकी सप्लाई खत्म बंद हो जाएगी. तो अल्टीमेटली आपका जो लोड है वो रोटेट नहीं करेगा. So a belt is used to transmit the power of the motor from the motor to the driven machine through a pulley system. This method gives a satisfactory service. The mechanical power wasted due to the slip is due to 3 to 4%. Maximum power of 300 HP can be transmitted through these drives. And advantages: greater flexibility, convenient speed ratio. So accordingly, आप लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, इस मेथड को अडॉप्ट करके यू कैन चेंज द स्पीड. अगर आप अपनी प्राइम मूवर की स्पीड को चेंज करेंगे तो अल्टीमेटली आपके लोड की स्पीड भी क्या होगी, चेंज होगी, जो कि डायरेक्ट ड्राइव सिस्टम में नहीं था. डायरेक्ट ड्राइव सिस्टम में कांस्टेंट स्पीड पे अगर आपका प्राइम मूवर घूम रहा है तो उतना ही कांस्टेंट पे आपका लोड भी घूमेगा बाय द मींस ऑफ कपलिंग टू बी देयर. बट यहां पर क्या है, आप लोग इसमें वेरिएबल स्पीड कर सकते हैं. अगर आप अपने प्राइम मूवर की या सोर्स की स्पीड को चेंज करेंगे तो अल्टीमेटली आपके लोड की स्पीड भी क्या हो जाएगी, चेंज हो जाएगी. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ सिस्टम इज कॉल्ड एज योर belt drive system. Coming to the part third, you have a rope drive. Now this type of rope drive are generally we can use in case of JCBs, but here I will give you one more and more example so that you can understand in a better option way. So number one will be rope drive. The number of ropes are run in a V grooves or a pulley, sudden used in sudden load, used in lifts and cranes, and negligible split. Now one of the most advantage of this rope drive will be it can be used for a constant speed drive system. Now what will happen, होता क्या है, जितने भी आप लोग लिफ्ट्स में ट्रेवल करते हो, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू गो टू सम मॉल, if you go to some hotel, if you go to some you can say that hospital and whatever you have to go, जहां भी आपका लिफ्ट होता है. सो लिफ्ट में क्या है, जब भी आप लिफ्ट के अंदर एंटर करते हैं, यू जस्ट प्रेस इट 1 2 3 4 5, दैट डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर फ्लोर लेवल, कि किस फ्लोर लेवल पे आपने जाना है. अब लिफ्ट में क्या होता है, देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ वेट टू बी अकर. वन इज कॉल्ड एज द नॉर्मल वेट एंड अनदर इज कॉल्ड एज द काउंटर वेट. जैसे ही आप अपने लिफ्ट को ग्राउंड फ्लोर से फर्स्ट फ्लोर या सेकंड फ्लोर पे लेके जाते हैं, तो होता क्या है, व्हेन यू प्रेस 1 or a 2 or a 3, one motor that will be installed in the lift start rotating in a clockwise direction. बट लिफ्ट को ऊपर उठाने के लिए उसके आउटर साइड पर एक काउंटर वेट होता है और वो काउंटर वेट रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है एज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द लिफ्ट। फॉर एग्जांपल जो मोटर आपने लिफ्ट में यूज की है वो रोटेट कर रही है क्लॉकवाइज, तो जो मोटर आपने यूज की है काउंटर वेट के लिए वो रोटेट करेगी फिर एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, सो दैट कि आपका लिफ्ट का केज अपवर्ड्स जाए और काउंटर वेट्स आपका डाउनवर्ड्स आए। एंड इन द सेम केस जब आप फ्लोर नंबर 3 या फ्लोर नंबर 2 पे होते हैं और वहां से जब आप नीचे की तरफ आते हैं, यू प्रेस जी और यू कैन प्रेस 1, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, जो मोटर आपकी पहले एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रही थी एज अ काउंटर वेट, वो रोटेट करती है क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में। एंड जो मोटर लिफ्ट के अंदर पहले क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रही थी वो मूव करती है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में। सो अल्टीमेटली व्हाट विल हैपन, योर केज विल बिकम्स डाउन साइड। I think it is clear to all of you that how these lifts can be operated. I can also give you one more detailed on that thing, lift mechanism. That is, we have also one more topic to be covered there. So when I cover that topic, you can get a better option way, or you can get a better understanding that how this lift system can be used. So here my main point is to be discussed with you all that number 3 type of drive will be called as the rope drive, and this rope drive is can be used for a constant speed motors. And second most important point to be noted in case of group drive, that here the wear and tear will be very less. Okay, now coming to the fourth point, you have a chain drive. Now this chain drive, it is very costly as compared to belt and a rope drive. It can be used for high speed rotation, generally 6:1 ratio. It is more efficient and transmit large amount of power. It is noiseless, slipless and smooth in operation. So all the participants to be present there, you must note it down one thing, that in today's you are all drive your motorcycles, or you can say that bikes. And if you not drive motorcycles or a bike, आप लोगों ने बचपन में साइकिल जरूर चलाया होगा। सो यू कैन सी क्या होता है कि जब आप मतलब साइकिल में पेडल लगाते हो तो आपका एक व्हील रोटेट करता है, and that wheel is rotated with the help of, that wheel is connected with the help of chain to the another wheel on a back side. So what will happen, जब आप अपने साइकिल में पेडल लगाते हो तो पेडल जब लगाने से आप उसको रोटेशन देते हो, तो वो रोटेशन आप व्हील्स को नहीं दे रहे हो, आप एक पैडल को दे रहे हो। तो वो पैडल जब रोटेट करता है तो वो पैडल कनेक्टेड होता है आपके पीछे वाले व्हील्स के साथ, तो अल्टीमेटली आपका व्हील्स क्या करता है, रोटेट करना शुरू करता है। सो हियर आप देखिए जो आपका पैडल है वो क्या है, प्राइम मूवर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द ड्राइवर। चेन आपका आ गया ट्रांसमिटिंग डिवाइस, एंड व्हील आपका आ गया ड्रिवन। The same principle we can use in our bikes. Now what will happen in case of bike? In case of bike, हमारा फ्यूल जो है वो फ्यूल टैंक में जाता है। फ्यूल टैंक में जाने के बाद वो फ्यूल आपका इंजन में जाएगा, इंजन में आपका फ्यूल बर्न्ट होगा, हीट एनर्जी जो है वो जनरेट होगी। हीट एनर्जी जनरेट होने की वजह से जो पिस्टन है आपका इंजन में वो मूव करेगा अप एंड डाउन। वो मूवमेंट के बाद आपकी मैकेनिकल एनर्जी जनरेट होगी सिलेंडर पे। उस मैकेनिकल एनर्जी जो आपकी जनरेट हो रही है, उस मैकेनिकल एनर्जी को आपको ट्रांसफर करना है आपके बैक व्हील ऑफ द बाइक। सो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग उसमें यूज करते हैं चेन। तो जब हम लोग चेन कनेक्ट करते हैं तो अगेन व्हाट विल हैपन, द सेम थिंग विल बी हैपन एज केस इन केस ऑफ बाइसाइकिल। आपका जो ड्राइवर है वो रोटेट करता है, ड्राइवर से जो पावर जनरेट हो रही है वो ट्रांसफर करके दी जाती है कहां पर, आपके पिछले व्हील से, विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट कॉल्ड एज योर chain system. Okay, so this type of drive is called as the chain drive. Next you have the gear drive. As you all know, in case of four wheelers we can use a gear. So what will happen, अगेन सेम प्रोसेस है, वही ड्राइवर में पावर जनरेट होती है, लेकिन उस पावर को जब आपको व्हील्स तक ट्रांसफर करना है तो you are required certain mechanism, you are required certain transmitting power. So here we can use a gear drive. So it is used when high speed motor is to drive a low speed machine, the coupling between the two through the suitable gear ratio. So these are the total 5 types of transmitting power that we can use. Number 1 will be that is called as direct drive. Number 2 will be called as the belt drive. Number 3 will be called as the rope drive. Number 4 will be called as the chain drive, and number 5 will be called as the gear drive. Every drive has its own advantage, every drive has its own disadvantage. That depends upon the area of application, that depends upon the area of service requirement. Okay, so whatever the you have a service requirement, जो आपको सर्विस रिक्वायरमेंट चाहिए, जिस तरीके का आपका सर्विस रिक्वायर्ड है, जिस तरीके का आपका एप्लीकेशन है, सो उस तरीके से हम लोग क्या करते हैं, अपनी पावर को ट्रांसफर करते हैं. सो पावर ट्रांसफर करने के लिए हमारे पास वेरियस मीडियाज हैं. जिस तरीके से मैंने आप लोगों से अभी डिस्कस किया, हम उसमें डायरेक्ट ड्राइव लगाते हैं सिर्फ कपलिंग लगा के, हम उसमें बेल्ट ड्राइव लगाते हैं, बेल्ट को यूज करते हैं, हम उसमें रोप ड्राइव लगाते हैं, रोप को यूज करते हैं. वी आर यूजिंग चेन ड्राइव, चेन को यूज करते हैं पावर ट्रांसफर करने के लिए. वी आर यूजिंग गियर ड्राइव, गियर को यूज करते हैं पावर को ट्रांसफर करने के लिए. सो हमारे पास वेरियस टाइप ऑफ ड्राइव सिस्टम्स हैं जिनको हम लोग अडॉप्ट करते हैं. सो अडॉप्ट करने पर हम लोग अपनी जो पावर जनरेट की जा रही है ड्राइवर में, उस पावर को ट्रांसफर करते हैं हम लोग आपके ड्रिवन सिस्टम में. सो वो मीडिया, जिस मीडिया की वजह से आप अपनी पावर को ट्रांसफर करते हो ड्राइवर से ड्रिवन सिस्टम में, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द ट्रांसमिटिंग पावर. एंड इन ट्रांसमिटिंग पावर देयर आर 5 टाइप्स ऑफ सिस्टम दैट वी कैन यूज. क्विकली रिकैप्चुलेट, वी आर यूजिंग 5 टाइप्स ऑफ पावर ट्रांसमिशन. नंबर 1 विल बी डायरेक्ट ड्राइव सिस्टम, नंबर 2 विल बी belt drive system, number 3 will be rope drive system, number 4 will be chain drive system, and number 5 will be gear drive system. Okay, so in this is all about for today's lecture. In next lecture I am discussing with you the various types of electrical drive. In electrical drive we have 3 types of drive system we can use, and in next lecture we will discuss about all that what are the various types of electrical drive system. Okay, so anybody having any doubt related to Tuesday lecture, he or she can ask me. Yeah, anybody?
No, sir, it's clear.